lot of people on the earth plane right now are experiencing some kind of setback, turmoil, etc., etc. And yes, we get to look at that, we get to feel it, we get to take responsibility for it in our own way, and yet at the same time, are we able to see that nothing is wrong with us? What if nothing is actually wrong with you? What if your preferences and the way you've been living your life is exactly how you needed to live it in order to be who you've always came here to be? What if there's nothing wrong with you? You're just ripping yourself out of an old matrix world and it hurts a little bit. You see, most people who aren't on the spiritual path, God love them, not better or worse than, but most people not on the spiritual path and who are very plugged in, if you will, to the matrix, the third dimensional matrix, they could seem like they have their shit together, right? Maybe they have a lot of resources right now. Maybe they have what they call a steady job. Maybe they have, in many ways and intents and purposes, stability in their life, right? There's not a lot of surprises. Perhaps there's not a lot of turmoil. And that can give off the illusion that if you're like me, you're doing something wrong, right? You shame yourself. You say, well, look at they have all this money. They have this nice car. Fuck, I don't even have a car. You start going down this rabbit hole, right? Because this looks this way, then I must be doing something wrong. When I urge you guys, if you're on the same path as me, on this path of not settling anymore for anything that is less than your worthiness threshold, that you know in your heart to be true, then I urge you to look at it differently. I urge you to look at the idea and entertain the idea there's actually nothing wrong with you. Man, I passed a guy walking on the street with a in this park with a mask on outside. And that's the thing. It ties in perfectly to this video. What's going to happen in the world is going to show how much you actually have your shit together, how you have been honing in your spirituality and honing in your spirit and your essence and your resonance, and how actually we're in a grand illusion, folks. Most people who live stable lives, who have a car, who make their payment on time every month, yada, 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 you know what I'm talking about. And again, God love them, but we're going to see that these people's internal worlds are messy as fuck. And I'm not saying that in separation, because mine was too, as yours was. We're all born into it in some capacity. But what I'm saying is, can we see that when we rip ourselves out of the third dimensional matrix, the illusions that kept us in it are going to be stronger than ever. The illusion of lack, the illusion of disease, perhaps for some people, the illusion of loneliness, isolation, the illusion of suppression, the illusion of being destitute, all this stuff. Can we see that these third dimensional heavy dense emotions perhaps are coming up in you to try and convince you to come back down? But can we remember who the fuck we are, number one, and number two, that third dimensional game is an illusion, that underneath the surface level stability is a lot of pain, a lot of confusion, a lot of suppression, a lot of disease. And again, the events that will happen in the world in the coming, years and decades will really validate us light workers. will really start chipping away at the illusion of you've been wrong. It's very easy when you're in these lower dimensional states, guys, and you're on this path of awareness. When you're in these lower dimensional states, you're going to be a match to videos on YouTube, to when you're really in it, to people who kind of validate the fear, in a sense. You're going to be a match to someone saying, maybe there is something wrong with you. Maybe you should just go and get a corporate job again. Maybe you should just go in that. Maybe even though nothing's really wrong with your body, maybe you should give your power away to a doctor, etc., etc., etc. But again, can we come back to the remembrance? And let me be this reminder for you that this is a game, folks. This is an illusion. This is an illusion. And yes, we have needs, and yet at this very same time, can we see through the illusions of fear? When we're in it heavily, in the programming that we're stepping out of, that's trying one last time to pull us back down, can we remember who we actually are and that it's a game and what this is? Because when you do that, you remember there's nothing wrong with you and you allow yourself to be your natural state again, which is expansive, which is abundance, which is health, which is ease, which is connection. We've been so programmed to give our power away to, maybe I'm just not that light enough. Maybe, that person was right. Maybe I am just a failure and I need to sell out again. No, this is the test. This is the test, and a lot of people may disagree with me, but this is my truth. This is the test, guys. Can you feel what's coming up for you in the moment and let it pass? Let the illusion collapse on its own via you feeling what you need to feel in the present. Many aren't willing to go here, but I promise you, some of you watching this video, this is for you. Stick with it. You've got this. And in a world of people and YouTube videos saying, well, maybe there is something wrong with you. You can't be too optimistic. What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're just courageously going first and ripping your ass out of this matrix into a new one that is much more fun, abundant, cool, sexy, relaxed, adventurous, and joyous. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel called to donate to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate your subscription to my channel. And give this video a like if it resonated with you. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.